Okay, so we were talking a little bit before. You're season ticket holders here, right?
Yes, we have been season ticket holders for many years, many years. We've got several in the lower bowl. We love it.
Did you take a peek at the lower bowl right now? Because I know there's been a lot of changes for hockey. What's it look like for Jazz?
It honestly looks gorgeous. The stands, they're so much more stable. It's just nice, honestly. And there's no one behind me anymore. I can stand up for you.
Thanks for joining us in Arc Salt Lake. I'm Jamie McGriff. Tonight we are taking a look at the heavy weekend weather that cost one woman her life and major flooding in southern Utah. But before we do that, we're going to check on the current conditions tonight, and that's going to be with our meteorologist, Sean Kelly. So, Sean, what are we looking at for this evening and for the rest of the week?
Well, we're looking at another storm moving in, and that means more rain after right now we currently stand at the 7th wettest October on record, 3.5 inches nearly here, and I think we're going to add to this in the days ahead and likely getting close to the at least the top 3 wettest Octobers on record. Now, despite that pretty active and wet start to the month of October, we're still about an inch below normal for the year as a whole. Remember, we've started off pretty dry here, so we have a little bit more rain to go to get closer to normalcy here. Nephi area, Delta, seeing some lightning strikes and some storms there, some isolated showers. This is pushing northward into the Wasatch Front, moving into the Provo area in the next 20 minutes or so. Across the Salt Lake Valley right now, 63 degrees. It is calm, but we're seeing increasing clouds. And yes, we do have a little bit of rain heading our way here. By 8 and 9 o'clock, we'll see a few showers. Then we'll get a break through the overnight with those temperatures dipping back down into the 50s. We're going to be quiet tomorrow morning for the morning commute, and more so even for the evening commute. But rain chances go way up tomorrow night. Wednesday, an 80% shot. Look at this, lingering into Thursday as well. We'll talk about more of the storm and the mountain snow we could see in my first alert weather forecast.
All right, thank you, Sean. Thousands packed into the Utah State Fair Park this weekend for the REDWEST Country Music Festival, but one woman left in an ambulance. Saturday's severe weather forced fans to take cover and then evacuate. 22-year-old Ava Allender, who had just arrived to the festival unaware of the delay. When she stepped out of her car, she was struck by a board that was propelled by the wind. Injuries that led to her death. And today, we spoke to Ava's Uncle Bobby outside of the hospital where she was rushed to that night.
It was parked near like a construction area or something, but it looks like a plank from a like a scaffolding or something got caught by the wind and hit her in the head, like in the neck. It was hard, it was fast. They said, the doctors said after they were able to get her stable and do a CT scan, that it had basically crushed her spinal, like her brain stem. And so they put her on life support basically until her parents and her siblings could get in here. They're kind of all spread around the western United States.
That is so incredibly sad. According to family, Ava went into immediate cardiac arrest. Paramedics got a pulse back en route to the hospital, but there was so much damage to her brainstem at that point. She was declared brain dead early this morning and is being held on life support to prepare for live organ and tissue donation as she requested. Bobby says he finds it tragic enough when things like this happen to other people and just never thought that it would happen to his own family.
She was an absolute delight. She was so fun. Everybody loved her. And of course, this just came out of nowhere. Like, you don't ever expect that to happen. It was just a fluke accident. Her parents are devastated. Her siblings are devastated. All of us are. Thankfully, we're a very close family, and so people rallied really quickly. We've basically been here at the hospital kind of nonstop for the last 48 hours, just providing support to everybody.
Family of Ava says she was an avid concert goer and had flown in from Seattle to go see Post Malone with her friends. She has been called the light of her family and was known for overcoming challenges.
Several years ago, she really struggled with some mental health issues. She rallied, the family rallied. She really sort of pulled out of that and has just made a beautiful life for herself. She's a manager of a pizza place up in Seattle. She has a ton of friends. When the ambulance got to her at the festival, she was not breathing and she did not have a heartbeat. What I understand is that they were able to get a heartbeat going when they were in the ambulance, but then it stopped again. They got it going again once she got to the hospital. My understanding is that her heart stopped and started a couple of different times, but they finally got her on oxygen and got her heart going enough to be able to go and scan and see what the damage was. Before that, they didn't know what was going on. And then, of course, they saw, her brainstem was crushed. She had no discernible brain activity. At that point, they just kept her on life support until they could get family contacted.
Ava's family says she will be remembered by her adventurous spirit and infectious smile. Even in her passing, Ava continues to give the gift of life to others as an organ donor, a final act of generosity that truly reflects her caring nature. Members of the Allander family have started a GoFundMe account to help with funeral expenses, but also to finance counseling for Ava's friends that witnessed her death. In the last 6 hours, the community has raised more than $10,000, and you can find the link on our website, KUTV.com. Tens of thousands of people attended that music festival Saturday night, and many are flooding social media with demands for refunds. Some are even threatening to file a lawsuit. Derek Yerk says he's already has more than 500 people who want to be a part of a lawsuit. He says REDWEST owes them money for damages after Saturday's show was canceled.
We were just waiting for them to communicate with us after the fact, and they had said in their policies that they would reach out to us immediately via email and the app, which did not happen. The communication was not what they promised and was not there. We didn't know what to do. My goal is to help these people get compensated because this should not have been how it happened, and they haven't done anything about it.
A spokesperson for REDWEST says that they're working through the process of what will happen next. They say that the process takes time, and they're asking people to have patience with them. Pine Valley undergoing massive cleanup after severe flash flooding this weekend. The Pine Valley police chief says that water in some areas reached 5 feet deep. And it's all thanks to the Forsyth fire, the burn scar. Our Samantha Hoffman went to Pine Valley to see how it looks tonight.
Now, as you can tell by the weather, rain is not a one-time thing in Pine Valley. I'm at Pole Creek, where the fire chief told me that water spanned 200 feet wide over the weekend. Now, the fire department says the cause of this massive flooding is burn scars from the Forsyth fire. I spoke with residents on how they're rebuilding from both emergencies.
Well, initially, our house burned to the ground along with 12 other homes.
From one disaster to another.
When it rained a couple days ago, all that water came rushing down the hill and into the foundation.
Homeowners of Pine Valley are unable to rebuild.
Well, all of this is grass.
It's extremely discouraging.
Just a few months after the Forsyth fire that burned 1,500 acres, homeowners are working to pump out mud from their lawns and identify washed up belongings carried in the flood.
It just washed everybody's stuff down here. I got new gas cans and pots.
Pine Valley Fire Chief Robert Hardy said there will be more flooding like this for years to come as the burn scars from fire make the soil unable to absorb rain.
Right now the mountain soils can't handle it, so even a normal rainstorm, a light rainstorm, can cause major flooding.
He said the county is helping residents with sandbags to prepare for this week's rain, but once water takes over the roads, there's little they can do. The Washington County Public Works Department told me they've just received $1.4 million in funding from the National Resource Conservation Service to put towards Pine Valley. By the end of this year, they hope to start adding detention basins, clearing out and reinforcing waterways, and planting native plants to absorb the water. For immediate relief, Pine Valley homeowners say neighbors have stepped up, lending excavators and helping hands.
It really shows the value and the strength of the community.
It's rained all throughout the day here in Pine Valley. You can see the flooding starting right behind me. Chief Hardy urges residents to sign up for Reverse 911, which will alert you of floods and other emergencies. Reporting in Pine Valley, Samantha Hoffman, KUTV 2 News.
Samantha, thank you. Coming up on Arc Salt Lake, Eagle Mountain drivers say traffic is out of control, and some say the city wasn't ready for this boom. What leaders are promising and when relief could finally arrive. All right, taking a live look at Corey B. Ride Highway right now in Eagle Mountain, where we can see the evening commute is pretty clear, moving smoothly. Traffic concerns in the city have drivers frustrated, especially those who are driving in and out of the community. 2 News' Leslie Duarte spoke to some people that think that the roads are too congested.
Even the smallest accident or anything can really cause a problem.
Lee Clyde says he has seen it. Traffic is making his commute.
It can take me hours to go. It seems like a couple of miles. Big thing is growth, and I think that a lot of buildings and homes and denser development was approved, not well thought out necessarily, where it was approved before they really had the infrastructure for the roads.
The city of Eagle Mountain says they have a long-term plan to address traffic and growth.
Eagle Mountain City, like other cities, also has a transportation master plan that guides its road construction, and population is definitely a part of those considerations.
And what is that plan?
There's a detailed plan that the Eagle Mountain City Council just recently adopted and approved, and that really outlines and articulates the city's road plans here over the next 5, 10, 20 years.
I asked UDOT.
We do have some major projects scheduled for this area, and some of that are underway right now. $2.4 billion that we've committed to northern Utah County and alleviating congestion.
As for the immediate relief,
the flex lanes will allow us to give more lanes to that direction of travel that's more needed at that time.
And how soon will that relief come?
So that is underway in the next month or so. We're going to begin construction.
Lee is asking the city and UDOT to listen.
You got to have the infrastructure to support the number of people you're putting into these areas.
Leslie Duarte, KUTV 2 News.
Right now, the Utah Jazz hosting their first preseason game of the year, and they are taking on the Dallas Mavericks. And we're also getting a first look at how the renovated Delta Center is set up for basketball. Kristen Kinney is at the Delta Center talking to fans.
Here we go. Jazz season is here. Preseason underway, the home opener, and take a look around. The fans are starting to make their way inside the newly renovated Delta Center. Hello, ladies. Let's go. Jazz basketball is back. There's a lot of things that are exciting about this season. We mentioned the new renovations at the Delta Center, but also new talent and the top rookie talent that everybody is talking about tonight. Dun dun. Can you see it? Zoom in on this jersey. If you don't know the name, write it down now because it's Ace Bailey, number 19. Hi there. What's your name?
I'm Devin.
Going as Ace Bailey tonight, and you?
I'm Jace.
Jace. Okay. So we were talking a little bit before. You're season ticket holders here, right?
Yes, we have been season ticket holders for many years, many years. We've got several in the lower bowl. We love it.
Did you take a peek at the lower bowl right now? Because I know there's been a lot of changes for hockey. What's it look like for Jazz?
It honestly looks gorgeous. The stands, they're so much more stable. It's just nice, honestly. And there's no one behind me anymore. I can stand up freely all game. It's great.
Oh, like hearing that. Last week, or I guess it was a couple of weeks ago when I was here, it was pretty steep for the hockey games to provide that visibility, but not much looks that different for Jazz nights.
No, not nearly as steep. Feels about the exact same, honestly.
Okay, so you can get in here too. All right, because I want to pick your brain. You've got this Ace Bailey jersey on. I guess you're really excited to see him tonight. First time you're going to get a chance to see him up close?
Oh, absolutely. I'm super stoked to see all the new rookies. I want to see them dominate Cooper Flag. Jazz Nation, he's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Wait, people may not know Cooper Flag. That's right. Tonight, you've got the number one pick versus the Jazz 5th pick, Ace Bailey. What do you guys think? What are your predictions?
I think Ace is going to dominate. I think it's going to be awesome.
Ace is going to go 20-10. He's going to swat Cooper at least 3 times. I don't know. I'm just excited to see them both. It's going to be an awesome game.
And you just picked up that new jersey.
Yes, I got my Ace. I got my marketing underneath.
Oh, look at this. This is a true fan
just
tonight.
Just in case he comes in.
And a fresh new hat.
I'm ready to go.
There we go. Okay, I'm excited to see that battle. Cooper Flag, the number one pick in the NBA, and the Jazz 5th pick, Ace Bailey, going after it tonight. Let's see Jazz preseason home opener against the Mavs. Stay tuned.
Awesome. We're learning more about the Phase 1 renovation at the Delta Center. It's now finished. The first 4 rows behind the baskets are at a slightly steeper pitch than before, bringing fans closer to the court. The arena, the floor, was raised by 2 feet, bringing all upper bowl seats 2 feet closer to the action. And right now, the Delta Center has the steepest sight lines of any dual sport arena in professional sports. All right, meteorologist Sean Kelly joining us once again for that first alert forecast.
Yeah, and we're tracking some changes out there already. Our next storm seeing some impacts for much of the state, and it all starts with the winds, which will really kind of kick in tomorrow. We've got advisories in place down across the southwestern part of the state where we could see wind gusts at times up to 50 miles per hour. Nothing like that now. We've got some gusty winds into the Delta area, but by tomorrow morning through much of the day, here we go, 30 to nearly 40 mile per hour winds up and down the I-15 corridor, so make sure everything is tightly secured. That continues on through much of the day on Wednesday before we all finally say goodbye to this upcoming storm. Across the region here in the Salt Lake Valley, across the Wasatch Front, we're into the 50s and 60s, so we're cooling things down quite a bit again, but not as cold as the past several evenings with our last storm and our cold front. We're at 51 in Park City, 56 in Vernal, 48 right now in Penguin, 65 in St. George, which picked up a 1/10 of an inch of rain. We've got some rain moving in across the southern end of the Wasatch Valley in the next 15 minutes or so into the Provo area. Some rain and some lightning, some gusty winds from Nephi southwestward into the Delta area, and then some scattered activity pushing up towards the north and east. So starting to see some influence and an increase of clouds and moisture. It's all thanks to this storm here just off the west coast here of California. You can see the cold front with it. That will be the front that will be moving through on Wednesday, bringing us some chilly weather and a better chance for rain. So as we head through the evening, some scattered activity, more so later on tonight. We'll see a break tomorrow morning, and for the majority of the state, we'll stay dry throughout the day, though eastern Utah will see some scattered rain and some showers through much of the region. And then as we get into tomorrow night, after sunset is when we'll start to see a little bit more heavy rain moving in, especially the further west you head along I-80 especially. As we get into Wednesday morning, that cold air moves in, that cold front pushes eastward, and we start to see some snow mixing in at times across the higher elevations, and yes, even some accumulating snow, light accumulations of a couple inches possible for some of those high elevations, but a mix of rain and snow, perhaps in the Evanston area. Soldier Summit could see an inch or so, and then down towards the south, even our southern mountains will get in on the action, including Bryan Head. How much rain do we see? Because we've been dealing with that risk for flash flooding. We're going to continue that trend, though it's a much lower chance here in the days ahead, but about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of additional rain will be possible all the way through Thursday. So those lows overnight, we're cooling things down into the 50s and 40s. We'll see a few showers, especially as early as 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening. Then we'll be mainly dry tomorrow up and down the I-15 corridor. It's tomorrow night that we really start to see some heavy rain moving in. For St. George, you're looking at temperatures here into the 70s and 60s. Look at that gorgeous end to the week and the gorgeous weekend ahead across the Wasatch Front. We're into the 70s. Cooling things down Wednesday, Thursday, chilly, rainy, stormy, with a nice warm up into the weekend, much nicer, 60s and 70s.
All right, you want to set a reminder on your phone. The Loveland Living Planet Aquarium bringing back its Lantern Festival. And you can check out the beautiful light displays outside the aquarium starting November 7th.
Yeah, this year's display will feature glowing versions of your favorite sea animals, along with a variety of interactive exhibits. You can catch this until January 10th.
The BYU campus is preparing for this Saturday's rivalry football game against the University of Utah.
Yeah, that's right. The Cougars are still undefeated, and they're ranked nationally at 15th in the country. Utah is 5-1 and ranked 23rd, and that's why the national pregame show Big Noon Kickoff is coming to Provo and will broadcast live from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. BYU has won 2 straight games against the Utes. This is the first rivalry game in Provo since 2021. Kickoff is 6 p.m. It's going to be exciting. Anything can happen with the rivalry.
Yes, always exciting. People always guessing, okay, who's going to win this time?
Big one.
We'll see. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a good night.